Good afternoon. Happy New Year, first of all. Thank you for being here. I'm Sheriff T.K. Waters of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. I'm here today to share outcomes pertaining to a successful long-term narcotics investigation, Operation Players Club. While this operation was spearheaded to address local narcotics trafficking, it resulted in the dismantlement of 5 drug trafficking organizations in Florida, Georgia, and Puerto Rico. I want to begin by acknowledging the partner agencies who assisted the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office with this operation. And I think you can look on this stage and realize that an operation of this magnitude takes a lot of coordination, a lot of effort, and a lot of teamwork. And I want to thank everyone here personally. The DEA is represented today by Mike Dubett and Mike Franklin, FBI represented by Colt Markowski, North Florida HIDA represented by Director Robert Perriam and Sherry Burns, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the 4th Judicial Circuit of the State Attorney's Office, the United States Attorney's Office, United States Postal Inspector represented by Don Kershaw, the Florida Highway Patrol, the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office represented by Captain Kevin Cronin, the Clay County Sheriff's Office, the Georgia State Patrol, Waycross, Georgia Police Department represented by Chief Tommy Cox, and the Ware County, Georgia Sheriff's Office represented by Sheriff Carl James. Thank you once again for being here. And our strong working relationships with these local and federal partners have allowed for this operation's success. Operation Players Club was a 5-month investigation spanning from June 2023 to November of 2023. This operation utilized the investigative resources and tools of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and our partner agencies. The target of this investigation was a major drug trafficking organization in Jacksonville. This organization was responsible for huge quantities of illegal fentanyl, methamphetamine trafficking. And before I share more information on the Operation Players Club, I want to frame why this operation was instituted. So in the past decade, as you all know, our community has been ravaged by the impact of drug addiction and related crime. In 2023, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office investigated 433 overdose deaths. Operation Players Club was developed to target some of the largest known suppliers and sources of fentanyl and methamphetamine in the Jacksonville area. As a result of Operation Players Club, 14 major drug traffickers have been arrested. They are shown on the screens behind me. Another 13 drug traffickers have pending warrants and will be arrested and taken into custody in short order. Paul Anderson, a significant drug trafficker in our area and one of the targets of this operation, is pending federal prosecution with our partners at the U.S. Attorney's Office. Law enforcement seized the following during Operation Players Club: 26 firearms. These firearms are being forensically analyzed now to determine if they were used in any instances of known violent crime. 118.53 pounds of methamphetamine with a street value of $663,768. 12.5 kilos of MDMA at a street value of $99,000. 7.5 kilos of powder cocaine with a street value of $150,000. 164.10 grams of crack cocaine, a street value of $16,000. 2.25 kilos of fentanyl, a street value of $121,500. And 13.58 pounds of marijuana, which is still illegal in the state of Florida, with a street value of $40,740. $239,273 in cash was seized, and 1 Dodge Charger 2023, which was used for the purpose of drug trafficking. As you can see, while fentanyl and methamphetamine trafficking were the primary targets of this operation, this investigation led to the interception and seizure of a wide variety of drugs and narcotics, dangerous drugs and narcotics, that is. We will never be able to quantify the lives that were saved by removing this poison from our streets, but unquestionably, through the excellent investigative work of the men and women of JSO and our law enforcement partners all over the Southeast, over the course of 3 months, our community enters a new year safer and more secure, and a lot of dope dealers off the street. Operation Players Club stands as a major law enforcement achievement. Still, we know that our community will not be able to solely arrest its way out of a narcotics problem. Nevertheless, this agency will work aggressively and continue to work aggressively to enforce the laws prohibiting the sale and distribution of illegal narcotics. The outcomes of this investigation evidence that the law enforcement plays a vital role in removing the poison that feeds addiction and kills members of our community, because gun violence is directly connected with narcotics distribution. If you're struggling with addiction, I urge you to seek the help of many of our committed social service providers to provide addiction rehabilitation. One overdose death in our community is one too many. Operation Players Club shows how committed our agency and our partner agencies are to enforcing the law, holding drug traffickers accountable, and removing these poisons from our streets. If you choose to profit from misery and in death in our community, we will use all of our investigative resources and tools to ensure that you pay the ultimate price and that you're stopped. At this time, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer what I can. And Eric, before you start, there may be some others that I'll call up to answer also, okay? So go ahead.
You mentioned Puerto Rico in this. What was Puerto Rico's role in this? Was the drugs coming in from Puerto Rico?
JD, can you answer that for us?
Puerto Rico was just a supply chain into Jacksonville, yes.
Any other questions?
Were any of these dealers that you have on here and the ones that you are planning to take into custody, were they mainly dealing on the street, or were they using the internet to do it? Because I know nowadays you see less of it on the street, but more of it on the internet.
We can get you those answers, Eric, when it comes to the details. A lot of this stuff's still under investigation, but we'll get you some of those answers. All right, thank y'all.